really important to have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this DGen?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about a permanent loss.
When really, at the end of the day, it's just the matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom, so we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, I'm joined. Look at that. Hey, what's up? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to this magical, fantastic Whiskey Wednesday of the DGen Roundtable. It is currently July 23rd of the year 2025. Welcome, Mr. Brendan. Welcome all the folks at home. We love you guys. For those of you guys who haven't seen me before, hello, my name is Will Stevenson. I'm one of the dudes on the DGen Roundtable. I host shows and I travel around the states building TV and radio towers in my free time. I like to help out other people put lights and sound up inside of gymnasiums. So I've been helping out Mr. Dace Northall lately. It's been a super awesome, killer, fun time putting up some speakers and having a good time. Brendan, broski, welcome. What's new and exciting with you, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Busy, but doing well. Thank you. It's a beautiful night in the Miami area. And I'm excited to talk crypto. How you doing?
Hell yeah, bro. I like it. I love it. I'm doing pretty good. Just hanging out over here in the deep south. It's a good time. I'm gonna be swinging further south and hanging out with you here in the next couple of days. Probably looking like something like that. But yeah, man. Life is good. Life is good. Before we get into the show, we're going to run through a real quick round of chat. Motherfucking shout outs, welcoming the folks at home. Wow, look at that. My camera is not picking this up. What the hell's going on? It's chat motherfucking shout outs. Oh, it thinks it's background. Oh, look at that. Hey, everybody, it's chat shout outs. That's StreamYard. Well, that's different. Well, anyways, hello, everybody. Time for some chat fucking shout outs. So, and then we'll talk about what's been going on in the crypto space and what's been going on with us and what's going on with life in general. Starting off, reminder for everybody to like that smash button. We are joined tonight by Dr. Alan Chen from Your Health Unplugged. Hola, DGens. Have a great show tonight. Cheers. Cheers to you too, Doctore. Good to have you with us. Welcome. We got my good buddy, Mr. Josh, Mr. Slide 180. I bought a little XRP this morning. Am I cooked? Shout out to Josh. Josh is a good Marine Corps friend of mine. They love him and all the boys over there at Jiffy Lube. Y'all are my fucking favorite. But he asks if he's cooked for buying XRP. I don't know. XRP has been they've been doing pretty decent for this little 4-year cycle. So we'll see if what they've been talking about comes to fruition. There's actually some XRP news that we can cover later, but I don't think you're cooked, broski. It's mostly dependent on how long you hold for and if you decide to let go at a good time or at a bad time. So you're not cooked. You're just gambling with your degenerate friends. We're all having fun here.
Had a little bit of a dip today, the XRP.
Oh, okay. Well, if you just bought it, if you bought the dip, then you're doing good. And if you bought before the dip, then you're going to feel bad, but don't worry about it because it's just a feeling. The only thing that matters is how long you hold the token for. So there you go, broski. But we'll talk about tokens and coins here in a little bit once we get through the chat shoutouts. We got Mr. Taylor next, rocking in with the Shaka. Shaka right back to you, Taylor, hang 10, do a kickflip, and put it in the DGen Roundtable if you do it. I want to see it. We're also joined by Miss Amber Simon. Miss Amber Simon says hello. Hello to you too, Amber. Glad we could have you with us on stream today. And speaking of ladies on stream, we're joined by Tam. Hello, my lovelies. Hello to you too, Tam. Glad to see you. Tam is the #1 cheerleader in Hexco and Pulsico and all that good stuff. So good that we could have you. We also got Mr. Hexkin lost in Asia, Bean, Will, producer, Yop Foff the morning, DGens. I don't know what Yop Foff means. Do you know? Is that something you understand, Brendan?
I don't. I do not
Yacht
know.
Puff.
Maybe
Huh.
it was a mistype.
Well, bummer. I have no fucking clue. Yacht Puff. I thought there was some sort of hidden meaning to that. Anyways, good to see you, Mr. X. Get lost in Asia. Yacht Puff. Oh, top of the morning. That's just there we go. Top of the morning to you. Okay. I thought he was doing some sort of secret lingo. Oh, there we go. Top of the morning, Dgens. Wow, he had it right there in the chat right below. Next up, we're also joined again by Your Health Unplugged. You are cooked if you are still bought into Doge. If you bought Doge is actually like doing pretty well. It's like one of the only assets to be consistently beating Bitcoin almost all the time. So we'll see if they catch up later on. And yeah, top of the morning. Thanks for the correction, broski. But welcome everybody to the show. Man, I totally forgot what I wanted to talk about tonight. What's up, Brendan? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. So there's some spicy stuff going on in the crypto sphere. A lot of people unhappy with the Sonic airdrop that happened this week. A lot of people upset, and that could be something we can get into a little bit. Definitely, I've been a little down on Sonic over the last few months, based on their white paper and their token unlocks and them becoming a little bit more VC focused and less people focused. And this airdrop just kind of is one more step in that direction for me. I'll give one little nugget out, but I don't know how if you do it, but if you use their platform, you earn gems and points, and then you get X amount of airdrop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who were the 6 of the top airdroppees were people that actually work for Sonic Labs? I thought this was supposed to be for community,
yeah,
not for the
so
pat in your own pocket.
Man, I thought you were gonna come up with something like that. You were one of the 6 people that did the most stuff going on over on over on Sonic. But yeah, that's kind of scummy that they give it to the developer. Maybe the developers are doing a lot of work. Who the fuck? I don't know how they measure that, but that is kind of scummy, bro.
But they're also going to be unlocking tokens that, every year for 4 years to be able to pay developers and marketing. So that's completely separate.
Yeah. Huh.
But yes,
weird
to me it's super scummy. Then also, like, if you only earned like 199 points, I guess if you didn't earn more than 200 points or 200 Sonic, then you don't get it anyway. Okay, you only earned 150, no airdrop for you.
Wow. That's kind of, I don't like that, man.
Bro,
that seems, is that dubious? That's dubious, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's dubious. It took a lot of people off guard. I didn't read like the white paper for the airdrop, so I mean, it probably said it in there, but I wasn't getting an airdrop anyway. It wasn't something I own some Sonic, I own some, some of the ecosystem, but it's a small amount at this point. I had sold off most of it when it shot up to really like, I don't forget what it was before it really migrated to Sonic. So I don't have too much left, but it's always disappointing to me because I know a lot of people in our community are big Sonic fans. I know a lot of people in the Hex community and the Pulse Chain community are also big on Sonic. Great, beautiful DeFi. Always have beautiful GUIs and interfaces. But I've been feeling really, really bad recently about the whole migration to Sonic from Phantom, how they've handled that, and now seeing this airdrop, which I haven't even been able to fully look into yet because I had a crazy day at work. But I've just been like kind of reading it on crypto Twitter today, and it's a lot of salt in the air. A lot of salt in the air.
I don't think it worked as well as they wanted it to. I don't think that it had and maybe this is everything is down when the business cycle is down kind of thing, but it's like nobody moved over to Sonic from my understanding. Not a whole lot of things changed as far as like number of people joining when they moved from Phantom and everything. And
I'm gonna say something unpopular. Feels like a value extraction to me.
Ooh. I mean, if they're doing
like a lot of the things that they're doing are allowing the people within the Sonic, previously Phantom, to pad their pockets, and so it's feeling like a money grab a bit. It's feeling like a money extraction. I don't like that for the community. I also, am just saying this on the outside, right? I'm not an expert or anything like this, but it doesn't make me feel good when people that I know and I know people that have, maybe they're not big players, but they've been using the ecosystem a long time because they actually care about it. And they're like the real people, right? Like sometimes the people that trust you the most, the people that have the least amount of money. And so maybe they only earned 150 Sonic, but you're not going to give them even that amount. Like, I think that's kind of whack personally.
It does sound and feel like a money grab, bro.
And also based on like promises that people told me was happening, like, like maybe the white paper is one thing, but when they say things and then do the opposite, it's just as bad.
Yeah, that's a lie. I don't like it when people lie. I don't like it when protocols lie or when like organizations lie as like a what's the word? Like not an indicator of their ethos, but just, you watch people's actions, and when a person's actions is collaborative, not collaborative. Fuck, I can't think of the damn words right now. When a person's actions are aligned with their words, and you can trust that person, you can do business with them. Like there's like a cause and effect. You can go the whole way. But when folks start lying, then it's like, oh shit. Like how long have I been investing in a thing that's going to just be taking everything away from me and giving me bad information? It'd be like, if we just start seeing some crazy stuff happen in Pulse Chain or in Hexco from origin addresses or from SAC wallets, like it would totally destroy everyone's trust and confidence. And like you've seen that in other changes as well, like with Zen, like with Titan X, like with a whole bunch of communities where they start off doing one thing, they say they're going to do one thing, and then they do another. So there's a lesson in there, man, for everyone on Sonic, and hopefully Sonic fixes their shit and they start being more awesome and more valuable. But it doesn't seem like it's going to going that way.
Yeah, and it's just like protocols that are built on Pulse Chain. Like we want to build them up. We want them to do well. But if they're starting to be fishy and screwy and extract value from the community, then we're going to call that out. I think that's important, to be honest on both sides of it. So,
boom. All right. It is.
But
good
yeah,
for...
maybe I'll pull up an X post or two about it later, just to kind of give you a little bit more of a rundown about how people are feeling
on Sonic.
Yeah.
I am that was one of the things that I never really looked into. I know that a lot of Hexkins were talking about it, and it was just like, man, I can barely even understand Hex. I'm going to focus on this thing for now. And
yeah,
I kind of like passed the whole Sonic thing up. So it doesn't sound like it was like it's going too well right now. Or no, it was Phantom back then. But
yeah, and look, I think that's smart. I think a lot of people spend too much time in too many different ecosystems. Like I think it's good to be diversified, but in crypto, honestly, because there's so much information, it really makes sense, especially when you're new or don't have the time, to focus on like 5 or 6 core coins or 1 or 2 ecosystems. If you're going to really focus on the ecosystems and the depth of it, maybe you want one ecosystem and then a little bit, maybe touch here and there of other ecosystems. But it's a lot. And I think a lot of people stretch their bags too thin by having a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. When if they just focused on the things that they knew really well, they'd probably do better.
Yeah, I agree. People should stay inside of their realm of expertise because you're less likely to make catastrophic of like mistakes in those ones. And in this crypto world, there is no like edit undo. There is no like, oops, fumbled an entire bag, Control Z or whatever the hell. Can I go back and take all this stuff back? So there was something I wanted to share that was kind of on topic with what we were just talking about with people doing what they're going to be saying that they're doing. We've got this piece of news right here that I wanted to cover. Trump backed World Liberty to impose new vesting schedule for the public sale buyers, despite previously stating they would be fully unlocked. So it's like it's happening with Trump stuff too. Man, Trump is losing a lot of trust in the public eye lately. With all the,
I would need to look deeper into that, because I remember telling our community that you will not be able to trade World Liberty Finance token at all until they let you know when it's going to be open to trade. But there's no timetable when it launched. So I don't know what that
Yeah.
means exactly, because
I wonder if it's like a different token or a different coin or something.
I would need to look into it, but
Yeah.
it's,
But anyways, like,
some of those headlines can be misleading, especially about Trump, because he's so divisive that some people, whoever's writing the tweet, might just not like him. I don't know.
that's fair. I'm gonna
Now, it
Google
could be very fair, and I would call it out if it is. I need to look more into it, because that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't have it, but
Finance.
I know
Yeah,
people
it
still
is.
talk about it.
Yeah, it is WLFI. Yeah, so I was looking at a couple articles just now, and one's from Binance, come from Bloomberg, Femex, Mittrade, Reuters, even. Anyways, oh, they're becoming tradable. Oh, that's interesting. That's what Reuters, or not Reuters, but another one was saying. Anyways, that's
Yeah,
just
so they're going to be
that.
tradable, but you probably have a lock schedule, so everyone doesn't dump it all at once. I mean, that's what most protocols do. They weren't
Yes.
originally planned to be able to be tradable, so they're going to make them tradable, but they're going to give you a lock schedule. Maybe they told them that they wouldn't do that, but in the beginning, they never even said that it was going to be tradable. It said it wasn't going to be.
True.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point, though.
if honestly, if it's just a locking, and you say, hey, we're now going to allow you to trade X amount of tokens, but you only get X amount of your tokens over the year, 10% every month or something, like, I'm completely fine with that. Most protocols need to do that, or you're just going to dump the price by giving everybody all their tokens at once. It's the same thing that the Midnight Airdrop's doing, which is that sort of side chain for Cardano that's going to allow you to transact anonymously in a way. It's going to have, really good anonymity for traders and for people wanting to make transactions. You're going to be able to do it many trains. But same thing, like their airdrop's going to be, you're going to get 25%, and then you're going to get 25% every quarter, to try to like spread out that amount of dumping. So I think that's kind of necessary. Again, I don't know what World Liberty Finance is doing. I would need to read it. And if they said one thing and did another, then shame on them, because that's BS too. But yeah, need to read into that.
Absolutely. We like, and shame on Sonic if they end up doing it. Shame on all the protocols out there that say that they're going to do one thing and then do another. There's another one that I don't think I can't remember at what point I'm supposed to talk about it and when I'm not allowed to talk about it. So I'm just not going to mention its name. But there's other protocols out there that, friends of mine have invested into that did not at all do the things that they said that they were going to do. And they've just they've re-asked people for more money. They've launched the protocol late. They have tripled the price that people, or the set agreement in the beginning was that they were going to sell a number of tokens for X, Y, and Z dollars, and then on the open market, they're going to open with a very small amount of liquidity, let the public do what it wants to do before they start market making. And then they ended up launching with almost no liquidity, with the price almost doubled or tripled what it was that they said for the vesting schedule. But anyways, the point is, there's protocols out there that do all sorts of things, or there's teams, there's businessmen, there's lovers, there's friends, everybody in life. This is a lesson for everything: is watch what people do and listen to what people say, and only give a crap about what they say when it's in alignment with the things that they do. So, everything else is just a learning experience. We're paying to get educated. We're paying to learn who's trustworthy and who's not. We're paying with our time, with our attention, with our cryptocurrency, or our regular real life dollars. All sorts of things that we're paying with. So it's because we're paying, we should pay attention and learn and things. Anyways, that's enough from beyond my little soapbox.
Yeah, look, I know what you're talking about. I'm not going to name the protocol. I had an opportunity to invest. I chose not to, because people that turned me on to that protocol had asked for my money for previous protocols, and I trusted them, and those turned out absolutely to be the worst sacrifices I've ever made. And I'm in Pulse Chain. No, I'm not disappointed by my sacrifice in Pulse Chain or Pulse X. In fact, unlike most people, I'm up on my investment at the lows. So if you were grinding and you were making ink for 2 years before they lowered the amount of money, then you'd probably be up to swing trading. There was a lot of ways in the ecosystem to make money. And really, I don't care about the money. I really just care about my increase of tokens because I really believe that the ecosystem is going to take off. Like it's building. Like there's actually something there. So even though the price is down, it doesn't mean that the protocol isn't working, and they didn't do what they said that they were going to, which is build a great chain that's going to allow builders to build. It's going to be fast and cheap, and maybe one day we're going to get a lot of green candles. You know, that's the promises that I was made, and the green candles were always a maybe, but it's an expectation that it'll happen because I believe in the protocol, not because I expect someone to do it for me.
Yeah. It's not work expectation. It's like, oh, I plant 100,000 seeds. There's going to be some trees that grow. There's going to be some success because X, Y, and Z thing is done correctly. Don't know when it's going to happen. Don't know why it's going to happen. But we know that if we follow these steps, then oftentimes it produces cool results. And that's an important distinction to make. Not expectation, but just like a hope or I don't know. Maybe expectation is the right word. Fuck if I know. People get stuck up on that. I agree though.
Yeah.
I think that the fact that there's a whole bunch of people that pay attention to a thing, even when it's down, 95, 97, 99% from, all of our entry points, like that's pretty fervent cult type behavior. A lot of other things would, if it lost its perceived value by 99, 97%, people would be gone. People would have like flown away. The whole thing would have died. But the fact that like there's still, hundreds of thousands of people that are still active on the blockchain, and then like hundreds and hundreds of people streaming about it, making podcasts about it, doing educational videos about it, learning how it works and writing new things for it, building on top of it. Like the fact that we've got such like a fervent community both in activity and in like communication about it, those are definitely signals that if this thing increases in value when the rest of the market increases in value, then it'll just be even crazier than all the thing that nobody's talking about right now.
Yeah. Let me share my screen here a second. So I just want to make sure I'm sharing the right
I'll
thing.
get the better background. There's the background. I also have I found a thing that I wanted to mention. I see your screen share. We'll go ahead and bring it on up. Oh, I gotta remove mine. And then add Brendan's. There we go.
So this is one person. I'll actually show two, but this is literally, it's been all over my feed. And it's been hard to miss over the last 24 hours. So big projects can scam too. Sonic made huge promises about their airdrop, but ended up disappointing everybody. If you are not willing to airdrop, then don't use it as a marketing strategy. It only earns you more haters. Right now, I'd estimate they've gained around 500,000 haters, mostly from Sonic arcade players. Here's what they failed to deliver. At first, they hyped a $200 million Sonic airdrop, then changed it to 200 million spread across multiple seasons. Personally, I don't think that is a huge deal because, again, if you drop too much too quickly, people tend to dump on it, but I digress. Sonic Arcade was promised an airdrop, but got nothing. This person was ranked top 73 in the leaderboard, and even higher ranked players received nothing. Shard NFT holders were also completely excluded from the airdrop, even though that they were promised airdrop. And how did you get a Sonic Shard? Well, I have another post I will share right now.
Okay.
And we will talk about that as well. What is a Sonic Shard? Let me make sure I have the right one up here.
While you pull that up, I just want to take a moment to recognize the fact that the Hexaco space went up like crazy the other day. That was super fun and awesome, and I very much enjoyed it. I was me and Dace were talking to each other. It's like, oh my gosh, whoa, what is the hex price doing now? Whoa, this is crazy. And then it comes back and retests and touches lows. But I just want to say I had a lot of fun while those green candles were hitting, and I was watching my
I know
portfolio increase by like 20%, 30%. It's like
so quick.
Whoa, wow, and then back down to normal.
I have a little side cash on the sideline that I've been waiting to pump in, and
I've
just been kind of waiting because it's been coming up, and it's not a lot, but I got a little bit to pump in, and just been watching and waiting. I'm being patient.
Was that little downward spike? Was that a point for you? Hang on, I'm gonna take a look at what it is right now. I have no idea. Oh,
I mean, look, both EHEX and PHEX I should say EHEX and HEX. They're both at great buy zones nonetheless, but I'm just kind of waiting to see if there's any more final washouts, like
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking staircase right now on the 1 hour chart. I don't know if that's what you guys would call it.
And if you look at EHEX, well, we understand staircase, man. It's good. It's good up and to the right. Hopefully not down and to the right. I mean, that's also a staircase potentially. But if you look at EHEX price, it's at like 0.2 of a cent. I mean, even at its lowest, it was like 1/10 of a cent. So it's only like 2x off the bottom, which is nothing. So I think that there are a lot of really good buys within the Pulse Chain ecosystem. I bought wrapped Bitcoin like $200 like a few weeks ago. Now it's at 1,000. It's crazy.
Good man.
Yeah, but I sold most of it already. So
hey, that's okay.
Mailed a bit.
Yeah, it's not, that ain't the end of the world. That ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So let me mind if I share this other screen just so we're going to finish talking about this.
Yes. Apologies. I'm trying to figure out how to share
Sonic airdrop, or all the people that are upset about it.
Yeah.
So we talked. So the previous person said, hey, if you get a Sonic shard, then you would get an airdrop, which is what they said. So this person kind of breaks it down. Textbook example of misleading promises. First, they said tens of thousands of you completed all weekly tasks to collect 6 Sonic shard NFTs, combine them in an exclusive NFT that holds points for the upcoming 200 million Sonic airdrop. Naturally, attracted a lot of attention. Phantom blockchain was considered dead, so people started to migrate to Sonic. So to get all 6 NFTs, you had 2 options: join early and pay $10, join later and pay $50. Most ended up paying around $30 per NFT on average. So 6 NFTs, $30, $180. And then for the final NFT, you could then mint if you had all 6. So that was called the Sonic Shard. So 38,000 users got the Sonic Shard at give or take $30. That'd be $1 million from the market, all based on the expectation of airdrop eligibility. I was hoping there would be a basic drop, but okay. Nope. Thanks again for the rug. Another perfectly executed bait and switch. So I'm only showing this because this has literally been all over my X feed for like the last 24 hours or so. And it's sad again, because I know so many people that are Hexicans or in the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem that participate in Sonic, that really like the DeFi, that really like what they're building. But I just feel like time and time again, people that are in Sonic or Phantom have been rugged. It's been like, we've had the wormhole issues. You've had the multi-chain issues. You've had the honeypot issues of people the people working for Phantom giving out their keys. Like, just time and time again, there seems to be massive fails when there's just huge hype around it. And this airdrop seems to be another one of those missed opportunities where rather than bringing more people into your ecosystem, they seem to be alienating people. And again, I was not participating in the airdrop. I wasn't working on it. I only have a small allocation in Sonic, much smaller than what I used to have once it ran up, Phantom before the transition to Sonic. But yeah, so if you go through there, it's sad to see. A lot of people feel lied to, cheated, and there's no recompense, right? There's nothing that you can do other than say, okay, well, I don't trust them, so I'm not going to work within their ecosystem again. And I say to you, all of you people in Sonic that are upset, we welcome you to the Pulse Chain and Hex communities, because here we love red candles and we're still happy as we wait for green candles. But no, I'm serious. I think that a lot of people that are in Sonic would really like Pulse Chain and really like the Pulse Chain community, because it's tight-knit, it's strong, it's active, just like the Phantom and Sonic communities have been. And to me, I feel like everything that I was told, sacrificing for Pulse Chain and PulseX, even though prices are down compared to what people, sacrifice price, I'm very excited. I've really enjoyed my time. People I've got to know, the acuity that I've learned through using Pulse Chain, PulseX, what I've been able to teach people through, swing trading, small portions of your bags, how to, earn passive income, with those ink farms for so long. There's so much opportunity for years, and there's going to be so much more opportunity moving forward. So I just want to tell, if people are soured on Sonic, come over to Pulse Chain, and we'll sour you here too. I mean, we'll make you happy to invest here too.
We'll have a great time. We'll teach you guys the principles of delayed gratification and how not to sacrifice for people's projects. So there you go.
No, but I will say one last thing I'll say, and I think you kind of mentioned this too, but like, when I first came into crypto and I had people teaching me, and they were like, oh yeah, airdrop for this, get into that. And, most of the things that people told me to get into, frankly, were awful. And I don't think there's been many sacrifices that I have made, for Sonic's a major sacrifice, but I'm talking about more like the smaller things that are built within an ecosystem that I've sacrificed for, be it Phantom, be it Ethereum, be it whatever, even Pulse Chain in some cases. Those small projects, almost every single one I've been lied to. I've been fed a bit of bill of goods, or was told something, sacrificed, and then they changed it later on. Like, just been so many times where just people are so dishonest. And even if you read their white paper, you read what they're saying, it isn't necessarily what ends up happening, because they can make changes whenever they want post you making a sacrifice. And look, it is one thing that's great about DeFi, right? No one's involved to hold you accountable for your own mistakes or your own protocols that fail. But at the same time, people that are actual bad actors can't be held accountable either. So, there's both sides to that coin, and I will still stick to the DeFi side of the coin, because that is better than fiat and the government lying to me all the time as well.
And that's a great point. It's like you got to weigh, do the positives, or you have to decide, do the positives outweigh the negatives, right? Like, are all the great things about DeFi better than the fact that, sometimes bad shit happens and we get bad actors, or we get bad, entire blockchains or groups of developers or leadership or something like that. It's really important to be able to, I think, then like sniff test people out, spend time with them, watch what they do, take note if they are putting their reputation on the line by having public faces, being like moderately doxxed. Are they some just anonymous asshole on the internet that's speaking through a voice scrambler, or is it some like wall of text behind a Twitter account? I think that people are going to get really good at being able to sniff out folks that are dishonest or something like that, because of the high value that's going to be placed on the lessons that they learn. So when they're investing boatloads of money and it all goes to nothing, because the crypto space is like that a lot of the times, and they're going to learn like, oh, these are the traits of people that, like, rug folks. These are what people look like that do this, that, or the other bad thing, or lie, or chase after their community, or whatever, or just disappear and leave. Like, I think that folks are gonna there's gonna be a huge like separation of wheat from chaff, right? There's gonna be everyone's gonna get hurt in some way, shape, or form, right? So just like if you're in the crypto space, be ready for that. Your time is coming. It's just a matter of like, is it gonna out of the whole thing, or are you gonna be like, I guess I'll dust myself off, pick myself back up, and get back at it.
Yep.
There's the high stress environments create like high caliber or highly calibrated people, I suppose, once they go through all the trials and tribulations. So there is a bright light at the end of the tunnel from like a zoomed out perspective.
Yeah, and look, granted the lessons I've learned have been very expensive, but I haven't made those mistakes again. And those are lessons that I try to teach other people. Can you bring up Moondog's most recent comment?
Yes, there is indeed. Knowing there is a real danger, aka scammers and bad actors, makes people less likely to slip into habits of diluted false security and be more conscientious about trust, which is a core to crypto. Yes, oddly, like as cool as it is that cryptocurrency is a trustless system, the people that operate inside of the trustless system are the ones that we need to be very deliberate and conscientious, like Moondog is saying about trust. So that's a great point, Mr. Moondog. Freaking love it. Do you have a thought, Brendan?
Yeah, I'll say yes, I agree 100%. But the only people that are not going to get diluted into false security are people that have already been hurt. So generally, you do have to have some of those real scars to keep yourself from earning more of them. And if you never had a scar in crypto, never made a mistake, never lost money, never been scammed, never had a wallet or a chain collapse or a centralized exchange collapse on you, then I love that for you. But most people in the crypto space have learned through scars, and scars that cost money. And so, yes, once you learn and once you're embedded into the ecosystem that is crypto, then yes, I agree with that. It makes you sharper in a sense because you're always looking out for, hey, is this true? I don't want to just trust. I need to verify. And guess what? Not only in crypto is that important, but it's really important in life in general.
I want to throw out an idea here, Brendan, and this is something that I think about from time to time, and I struggle with. And I always default to like do the nice thing, do the good people thing as an answer, but like there is a cost that comes to robbing someone of the experience and the seriousness of the lesson that comes from like someone failing catastrophically. So it's like we try and help people out with this podcast by educating them on like what to do to not get wrecked and to not like get everything. But it's like those are the things that like helped us to get to where we are, right? Like the person that works for information, that works for an understanding, or has lost something greatly in order to get it, like they'll value it differently. So it's like you guys at home, you can listen to us talk about these lessons and things, but it's not going to mean anywhere near as much to you as it will to us whenever we're talking about something incredibly painful that we've gone through in the crypto sphere. Like sending all our money to the wrong address, or liquidating a retirement account to buy Bitcoin at the top, or just all sorts of crazy fucking shit that we talk about. Like it is important to go out there and learn your own lessons, and it's also important to pay some sort of price for the lessons that you learn, whether it's like you delay gratification for it, or you pay money to somebody else to get it, or yada yada yada. It's interesting. This is one of the things Richard talks about in Sci-Vive too, that like it's better to charge money to teach people things, because then they'll take it more seriously than if you do it for free. So I don't know. That's my whole school of thought. I suppose my question is to you, Brendan. Do you ever think about things like that? Do you think like, man, I shouldn't rob these people of the experience?
I think that they're likely to have some sort of experience no matter what we teach them, because you really only learn through pain. And unless you go through the pain, you're generally not going to learn the hard lessons. Now, maybe we can lessen how hard your pain is going to be because you listen to some of the things that we or other people have said. But most likely people are still going to have some sort of mistake, some sort of pain. And so if I can lessen that, I think that'll still be a good thing. I don't think that I'm fully taking away from their pain and learning situations, maybe just lessening it a bit. And let's not forget that we all come to crypto because of the pain and suffering that we have in fiat, in the real world, in working, in the 9 to 5, in the breakneck pace and everything else, right? We're giving all of our time, all of our effort, to break even. And realistically, what we want here in crypto is to break free. And crypto can give you that opportunity, but it takes time. It's not a quick, win or a quick rich scheme. It takes time. You have to build not only your acumen and your knowledge, but you have to slowly build your bags and slowly get to a point where you understand when to buy and sell, who not to listen to, who to trust, who not to trust. And there's so much challenges and ways to navigate the crypto space. And look, I understand why some people are like, look, that's just too much for me. Or some people see charts that are down 40% a day and up 40% the next day, and they're like, okay, my heart can't handle this. Okay, I get it. It's not for everybody. And some people are just fine in the matrix, just fine doing what they do. But for those of them who are not, they've already paid some sacrifice to come to crypto on top of it.
Yeah. As you were describing that, I was thinking like harkening back to like delayed gratification versus like immediate gratification stuff. And you compare like I have it on like this 4-part matrix, right? You've got delayed gratification, you've got instant gratification. Like, does it feel good in the long term or does it feel good right now? And that's like the traditional finance system. It feels good right now, but it fucks you in the long term. You lose so much purchasing power. You get taxed to oblivion. You've got no privacy. You're operating in someone else's system that you can't control. Like, it's absolutely terrible long term. But it feels really good right now because you can take that money, you can go to all the stores, you can buy the stuff, you get paid in it, you use it every single day. So without it, like, you kind of you're cut off from the rest of the world. And then in the cryptocurrency, it hurts like terribly most of the time in the immediate time frame. The only time it doesn't is during the bull run when it's doing the parabolic up and everyone's going crazy. Then for the rest of the time, it's just absolutely horrible and feels bad. So cryptocurrency is terrible in the short term, but over the long term, you learn about sovereignty, you learn about like liquidity providing, you learn about transactions, you learn about economics, you learn about how money is printed, you learn about like what is like currency and how do we determine the value that we assign to pieces of paper based on how many other people use it versus seashells versus bars of gold, whatever the hell. So I don't know. I was comparing and contrasting the two. It's like crypto is sucks right now. It's great in the long term, and traditional finance, it's great right now, but in the long term, it's gonna fuck you. So that was a little analogy that popped in my head while you were telling us that story over there.
Yeah, I think it's a good point, right? Something that we talk about a lot. I
hmm
always tell people, if you're going to get into crypto, don't look at it as a short-term investment, and use it as a way to better yourself, but also use the lessons that you learn within crypto as a way to better yourself. So as you're waiting for you to better yourself financially, you're still working on bettering yourself in a personal way, like picking up skills, picking up knowledge, meeting people that you trust, or meeting people that will give you hard or critical feedback when you need it most, right? Not everything is fluffy and pink. There are challenges. We make mistakes. We're not staying up to the standards that we set for ourselves, that we promise to others, and we should be held accountable for that. We should be called out by that from our friends. And I feel like in crypto that's much more common
Oh yeah.
than in like my main world friend group or family group.
There's a lot more accountability in the crypto sphere. There's a lot more pain in the crypto sphere. There's a lot more like just all of the ups and all of the downs. There's not a whole lot of middle ground world in crypto. It's either all way up here or it's all way down here. And in the normie world, just kind of floating around. I don't know. I think that, man, what do I think? I totally forgot. I just lost all train of thought. I know it's a great point though. It was good. You guys should replay what Brendan just said and take another look at it. And while you're doing that, we're gonna do chat motherfucking shoutouts. It thinks that this is background again. Okay, chat motherfucking shoutouts.
Put it against your
ladies and
chest.
germs. Yes. Oh yeah, there we go. Bad idea. Chat shoutouts. Oh, maybe I should get a shirt like this made. That could be something. We've got the chat shoutout paper. And
and Will, while you're doing the chat shoutouts, I'm going to put the StreamYard link if anyone wants to join us.
Oh, excellent decision.
Topics.
There you guys go. All right, so we've been joined, scrolling back up to the top at 10 minutes past the top of the hour, Mr. Farmer J, otherwise known as Brown. This is back when we were talking about the Sonic airdrop. His wallet is in the bottom 6 of the airdrop, as opposed to people in the top 6.
Well, if you got an airdrop, then you're doing pretty well, my friend.
Hey, there you go. Good job, Farmer J. I think he's being his Farmer J self. Glad that we can have you with us tonight, broski. Good to see you. We're also joined by Mr. Pokey-Doo, who says, hello, ladies. Hello to you, too, Mr. or Mrs. Pokey-Doo. Glad to see you. What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. We're having a good time. I'm drinking some delicious Michelob. By the way, Brendan, are you drinking anything? You got a sippy drink tonight? I've got me some Mick Ultras. And I don't know, did my internet just freeze? Oh, no, we're back.
I just got water. I just got water tonight. I felt like I was drinking way too much, and not way too much, but like I just had way too many things going on, drinking. And so I was like, I need like a break, at least this weekend.
That's a good plan. It's always good to take a break. I'm also supplementing my water with some coffee that I have totally consumed. So all the
And
coffee's
even
gone.
outside of like drinking, I drink like 80 ounces of water a day, so I'm always very well hydrated. I think that does help. But yeah,
Gotta be in Miami, man. Gotta be. Miami's a crazy place. Lots of heat down in the south. Stay hydrated, folks. Oh, that's right. I was doing chat shoutouts. Oh yes. Mr. Just Live next says your pointer wags. Yes, indeed, the pointer does wag. Here you guys go. I will show you. That's what my pointer looks like on my mouse. So yes, the tail wags. You guys can Google tail wag mouse pointer, and then you just download the file. And oh man, I probably shouldn't be telling people to download things. Don't download the file, guys. You're gonna probably go download something crazy. But you guys can figure out how to get your pointer to wag. That's my favorite pointer. I've been using that one for years and years and years. But yes, there you go. Good to see you, Mr. Just Live. Welcome to the show. We got Moondog, Love and Light, Degens, Love and Light right back at you too, Moondog. And that was a great point you were making earlier about trust. Higher lows at will. Oh yes, so this is what I was talking about, the staircase pattern on the chart. Yes, higher lows.
your stairway to heaven.
Mm-hmm. Stairway to heaven, higher lows, absolutely, Mr. Hex in Lost in Asia.
You know what? I might start calling that pattern a stairway to heaven, unless it's going the opposite direction. Then I'm gonna call it a stairway to hell.
Yep, stairway to hell. There you go. Bull market, stairway to heaven. Bear market, stairway to hell.
I like that. Hey, we're coining that. Don't steal it.
There you go. You guys heard it here first. Degen Roundtable, 23 July 2025. All right. Next up, we're joined by Mr. RH Max. Shout out to RH Max. He ran an excellent Pulse X conference not too long ago. Good to see you, Maxi Broski. Welcome.
And then next month he is doing the Hex Week, so it won't be exactly a conference, but he's be doing a Hex Week next month. So keep an eye out for that. Will he's going to be doing signups.
I like Hex. I quite like Hex. I got it tattooed on my arm. So hell yeah, boys. We love it. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Go see what's going on.
Mr. Rock Jockey and Rock Jockey.
Hello, yes, hello. We got Mr. Ock Jockey. Good evening, gents. Good evening to you too, M Rock. Glad that you could join us tonight. It is indeed a good evening. It's a great evening. I'm gonna go be degenerate later. We've got Kenturian54X. What's up, Degens? What's up to you too, broski? Say hello to everyone's favorite pilot, farmer, and dungeon master, Kenturian54X, ladies and gentlemen. He's probably, I bet that you're riding around on a tractor right now, Mr. Kenturian. If you are on a tractor, and if you can't respond, that'd be totally awesome. But if you could confirm or deny whether you're doing some live farming while we stream, that would make me ever so happy. We're also joined by Funkmaster Hex, the Trailer Park Boys, Julian, to the Pulse Shane and Hex Go Space. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening to you too, Mr. Funkmaster Hex. I salute you, sir. And cheers to everyone out there sipping on something as well. Brennan has posted the link. There is the link, guys. The link is posted at 44 minutes past the top of the hour. So if you if you would like to hop on over here and chittery chat, then we would be glad to entertain you. And
yeah, we can talk politics. We can talk Fed. Well, I would say politics related to crypto space. Federal Reserve, CPI numbers, crypto, Sonic, Pulse Chain, Hex, anything you want to talk about. Bitcoin, Ethereum, come on in.
Excellent. Then we got Just Life again. Sometimes I do that. Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to read that. Oh, my God. Just Live.
We're doing live.
That's a funny word. I forgot about that word. Excellent.
Live. You got him, buddy. Good job.
Good job, broski. Almost. Oh, my goodness. Oh, golly. Bright Light. People will call us lucky soon. Shout out to Bright Light. Good to see you, broski. Leader of one of the most agreeable protocols and one of the most agreeable streamers. Freaking love you, broski. People will call us lucky soon.
I agree. I think that everyone, oftentimes when people get rich in crypto, they're like, oh, you were lucky or you got in at the right time. And my family won't say that because I've been telling them for like 5 years to get in.
Yep.
I begged them at 16,000 to buy Bitcoin. Begged them at 30,000 to buy Bitcoin. And my friends, maybe. Other people that don't know me that well, maybe. But We
You
worked
made new
hard, and I
friends
know that
that
we've been
listen
in
to
the
your
trenches.
advice.
What's that?
You made new friends that listen to your advice, and that's us. You know. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying though?
No, I was just gonna say, but most people will consider you lucky if you get rich off crypto. What they don't see is the tears and the trenches that we have shared together throughout the bear markets and leading into this, I guess, Bitcoin bull market with altcoins waiting for their turn, but starting to get a little bit turned up. So they don't see that part.
I think that what they're like, they might be calling you lucky, but what they're really doing is coping with the fact that they didn't listen, or that they didn't know,
Missed
or that
out.
they don't have cool thing. It's like if they're a good friend, they should be happy for you, despite if it's luck or if it's like actual hard work with education and like getting beat down for 4 years. So that way you can have a really fun 1 year or whatever. What they're really doing is they're coping with their own inability to have done the cool thing. And this is what anyone tells you anytime anything lucky happens. Is luck is like somebody said one time that luck is the result of, being in the right place at the right time and also doing all the right things in order to get there. So like there's definitely a lot of prep work that comes into being lucky in crypto. And sometimes, some people are just actually lucky. And that's great. And that's awesome. We should be happy for them. But calling people lucky is kind of like discounting or cheapening the positive things that happens to them. And it's like, I don't know. Don't call people lucky is my opinions. And if somebody else calls you lucky, then just understand that they're not trying to make fun of you. They're trying to cope with the fact that they didn't do it too, and they're missing out on all the really, really cool, awesome things. So
Yeah. So if they say that to you, just say, "Cope, bitch."
Cope, bitch. Bet you wish you bought the lows. We got an update from Mr. Kenturian 54 Hex. He's actually just in his four-wheeler doing his irrigation tonight. When I had first glanced at that word, I thought he said interrogation. I'm like, whoa, what kind of interrogation are you doing on a four-wheeler? Driving someone around and, bumping on rocks and
I
shit.
must interrogate all of my
Oh, man.
farm.
Oh, no. Am I cutting out? Oh, shoot. I can't hear you, Brendan. Am I live? Radio check. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
Check, check.
Okay. Yep, I got you. I don't know which
You're
one
there,
is
you're
stalling,
yes.
if it's me or if it's you, but there we go. We're good. Oh, thank you, Mr. Hexkin Lost in Asia. We are good. One's in the chat or something. Loud and clear. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You said that 7 seconds ago, and it only just now got to me because there's a delay in the StreamYard. But anyways, hop on in if y'all want to chit chat and talk with us tonight. We've got there's a couple things that I want to bring back up again. I've had we had a question at the beginning of the show from Mr. Slide 180 who was asking about XRP, and I've got this bad jambo right here, which I thought was pretty interesting. There's been a new bit of news that come out recently. This was let's see, does it tell me? It does not tell me. Hang on.
8:48 p.m.
Yes, but the day, if I hover my mouse over it, it tells me Sunday. Okay, so yeah, so this came out Sunday. Man, I don't know why that window doesn't pop up for you guys, but Sunday at 8:48 p.m. So earlier this weekend, American Express, Bank of America, and Santander are now using XRP. So that's pretty cool. So there is stuff going on in the XRP world. They have clarity from the SEC, I believe. They did a nice little 5x earlier in the year, so that's pretty useful as well. And there's some, I don't know if I want to say good things going on, but there's people who are talking about it, and XRP does have an army of influencers and people that love it for whatever reasons, and businessmen and bug eaters and all that stuff. So there might be something to be happening, or there might be something that happens in the XRP world. Fuck if I know. I don't own any, but I know that I almost paid for this tattoo on my arm. This the North Star using XRP, but I didn't have any at the time, and I was like, I'm not going to sell anything that I got for XRP.
I'll add one more thing about XRP, and one of the reasons that it dipped today, along with a couple other coins, was Grayscale had applied for a packaged ETF that was going to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, ADA, XRP in it, and they approved that could be moved to like a spot ETF, but then they were like, we're going to put that on hold. So it's like approved but on hold, which is not very good clarity for those communities, and so we don't know exactly what that means. Are they going to change and allow that to happen soon? But this news came out yesterday. Essentially, the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission said that the order will be stayed. So it's approved, but it's stayed until the commission orders otherwise. So
like
that
pause.
was kind of interesting. We don't know why, but that was, I believe, why XRP and Doge and a couple others had a little bit of a hit over the last 24 hours, a little bit more than the rest of the market. And it wasn't huge. I think I saw XRP down 10% or something to that extent. Doge down 10%. I believe Doge was part of that ETF as well, if my memory serves me correctly. Cardano was also down 8%. So I think, like, if you look at the ones that were included in that, there may have been one or two others. They're kind of in that 7 to 10% range, but which is nothing. It's a small amount. We're going higher, folks. We're going higher. That's not even a question, in my opinion. So strap in and get ready.
There's a lot of cool things looking to be happening. I'm just scrolling through the news, and it's just about like Trump is buying more Bitcoin. SpaceX is moving around Bitcoin. There's a total of 64 publicly traded companies that have Bitcoin on their balance sheets, and like the official company balance sheet, everything all together is over 850,000 Bitcoin. So it's like everyone and their mother is buying the Bitcoin, and it just keeps happening. And the miners are only able to make like I don't even remember, like
50 a day.
50 a day. Yeah, it's like
I think it's $50 million. That's whatever that
$50 million
currently is.
Let me see.
I would have to actually do the math. 50 million divided by, say, 105,000. It's about 475 Bitcoin a day from miners. So there's not a lot on the open market. So it only takes about 50 million to scoop up what miners mine. And actually, now at these prices, it would be even less than that, because, or I guess even a little bit more than that, because you're at 118 and 17 now. I also shared my screen because a lot of people are buying ETH. And on Sunday, we talked about sort of the race battle to get Ethereum, but I could not get this website to work. And I found out that my internet provider was blocking this website because it was risque.
What?
And I told them to go.
God, that's
it now works again on my computer. So thankfully for that. But we have been covering this for a while now, and so I figured I wasn't able to bring up this on Sunday, so I'll bring it up now. We've had a bunch of new big buys from the big dogs on top. SharpLink Gaming and BitMine have increased their holdings in 30 days almost 100% each.
Yeah.
BitDigital up 330%, and they are continuing to buy. Will, I don't know if you were able to listen to our stream that we did on Sunday, but SharpLink
I was a little hammered.
Yeah, no, I know. But SharpLink Gaming, you know how we said that they were going to raise up to $1 billion to buy Ethereum?
Yeah,
they have amended that. They've amended that, and they now say we're going to try to sell stock to buy up to $6 billion worth of Ethereum. Their ultimate goal now is to own 5% of all of the Ethereum. They want to own 5%, and that would take about $6 billion to do. So they have a goal to gain 5%. BitMine is also have a goal to increase their holdings by billions as well. So we're like talking about like huge amounts of money from these corporate entities going into ETH, and they're not slowing down. We were talking about this a little while ago. As the SAC wallet gets added, and it's like, hey, we're number we're number 2 behind the Ethereum Foundation. Well, we're going to be far and away number 4 or 5 or 6 here in the near future, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think that's super bullish for Ethereum. I think that's super bullish for Pulse Chain because they are, connected through LPs and through other ways. And it's huge. So think about that. They want to own 5% of all the Ethereum. They would need to make another 5 billion. So they are up over their one. They've already over that 1 billion that they had said that they were going to do. And if I scroll over, you could see how much they are up in profit already. $327 million.
Oh man, how cool is that, man? I remember, like, I know there was probably some other people that broke the story before us, but you were on top of that, like right when it happened, and you brought that up like quick, fast, in a hurry about the Pulse Chain SAC, or not the Pulse Chain SAC, excuse me, the Sharp Link, like making the crazy moves, and they have, man, I don't remember how much they had at the time, but it was nowhere. It wasn't even half of
They
this.
hadn't even bought any yet when we had started talking about it.
Oh, really? Oh,
they hadn't bought any.
Wow, you guys were those of you guys that were in here, welcome and enjoy the journey. This is awesome, man.
And when we were saying this, I was saying, hey, I'm super bullish on ETH because all these entities are starting to buy. And I think ETH at the time was like 2,000. Sorry, it was like 2,800 when we first brought this up, and now it's like 3,800. So you would have, if you bought ETH when we started talking about this, it would have been huge. I think this is a good point. I mean, 10 years, I don't. 10 years would be great. It is. For years, for top 10 for years. So Brightline saying he hopes that Pulse Chain SAC wallet stays in the top 10 of the ETH strategic reserve for years because it's great free marketing. And you can pull up the next comment as well as I talk about that. Just Live says free marketing. Any KOL, I hate that word. I don't know who created that. Shows that, and people will see Pulse Chain up there. But yes, look, I agree. It's huge. And shout out to the Pulse Chain community. I mean, this guy, Fabio.eth, he got so many messages. He got so many comments on all of his posts. And he was like, wow, the Pulse Chain community is real. And some people were like, that are not in our community, were like, it's not a sacrifice. It's not in a strategic ETH reserve. It's just a SAC wallet. And Fabio.eth is like, this wallet bought ETH 18 months ago, and it's been holding it. If that's not a definition of a strategic ETH reserve, then I don't know what is. So he was really impressed with the Pulse Chain community. So keep being strong, keep being out there, and keep impressing people with your passion and with your niceness.
Welcome to Pulse Chain. We love you.
But yeah, so I think this was great. I just wanted to show it to the people, and I know, Will, you didn't get to see it. But I thought the biggest news was SharpLink wants to do 6 billion. They want to own 5% of ETH now. So I think that's pretty incredible. So we'll see. Bitmine or SharpLink, who's going to be the big dog on top?
I'm hoping it's SharpLink because they're the ones that do marketing for a gambling company. So that makes me happy. and
not only that, but they've been the president or whatever, one of the original founders of Ethereum, and he's out in the spaces talking to mainstream media. So
yeah, Joe Lubin, yep. And my selfish part is like, and the DJ Roundtable is the one that broke that story. So I really want to see them be the ones to be the ETH winners, dude. Like it's nuts how much Ethereum, like I think they were saying it's 5 million Ethereum total. Where was that thing that I had pulled up just now? It was like 5 million or 5.5 million Ethereum total that is now in all these strategic ETH reserves. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, this one has an overall. I can tell you what the overall is.
Yeah.
It is 1.87 million ETH currently.
1.87 million.
That's $6.8 billion worth of ETH.
That's probably what I was looking at.
Now you were probably looking at the ETH ETF holdings. The ETH ETF holdings have about 5.5 million ETH, which is almost $20 billion worth of ETH. So the ETFs hold 5.5 million. The strategic ETH reserves, which are corporate and government entities, completely separate from the ETFs, they hold 5.5 versus 1.9. But if Bitmine and Sharplink have anything to say about that, they're going to be trying to say, hold my beer here over the next year.
There's 120,000 Ethereum that exist. So, or 120 million Ethereum that exist.
Yes.
So that's a pretty significant amount. So if you got 5.5 from all the ETFs, you've got another one point something million from all of the strategic reserves. You've got another million that's just like gone forever because people messed up and fucked up. There was another article headline that I was reading that was talking about that. Like that's a lot of ETH that's off the table. That's like comparable to I think Satoshi's wallet, because that's about 5%. Or actually no, it's 5%. 5% of the total supply is basically off the market because of people messing up protocols and people buying it and holding it. So that's pretty significant, and that does a lot for the Ethereum space. So I'm stoked to see where it goes, broski.
Yeah, it's huge, and we'll keep covering it because I think it's important for Ethereum. Ethereum is the first mover of the alts usually. I know that Solana and other alts have had really good alt seasons. XRP, Cardano have had pretty good alt seasons, but that's just like the short-term vision. I'm talking about like long-term alt market blowing up, taking over some of the Bitcoin dominance, wrestling that back. It starts with ETH's lead. ETH needs to be the leader there, and that's why we cover it, and that's why, and also because it's so important to the Pulse Chain ecosystem. And I also like Brightline's last comment. We call it the Strategic Pulse Reserve. Yes, we do, sir. That wallet is the Pulse Chain Strategic Reserve that may or may not ever get used. We don't know. But we put it there, and we have our tokens that we traded them for, essentially.
Yeah. We have all of the things that we sacrificed. I was not part of any of the sacrifices. I didn't know about Hex at the time or anything. But that's where the money went. It went into that wallet. So.
And like I said, I sacrificed, and I'm very happy that I did. And if I had to do it again, I would, even though I know what I know now of the prices going down. Like, okay, yeah, you could say, well, you should have just bought after it launched. But, I wouldn't have been so invested in the chain. I wouldn't have been working on using
and you probably wouldn't have made it across the bridge.
I wouldn't have been ready when it launched. What's that?
And you probably wouldn't have made it across the bridge in time. I remember, dude, you were the one that saved me back when Pulse Chain first launched. You were the one that sent me like a couple pulse for transaction fees. And I was like, oh, that was like before we even knew each other in the DGen roundtable. That was
I think I sent you like 300 pulse or something.
Yeah. And then and then just like everybody in the community just kept like, it just ballooned outwards. There was like 9 or 10 people that were reaching out to me like, hey man, do you need any pulse or anything? I got some I could send. And I was like reaching out to all the people that were asking for it. So it was a cool little wave of gratitude that you started there.
So I looked back at my first ETH, my first transaction on PulseX.
0.002 pulse.
It was 0.01.
Oh man, 0.01 pulse for a transaction, and then I forgot what happened that made it more expensive. But people started
using it.
Yeah, it was.
That's
nuts,
really
bro.
it. People started using it. But yeah. So my first transaction was 0.01 pulse, and that shows you how quickly the first transaction I made was. It was like right at launch. I was carrying my computer around in my backpack in my car everywhere I went. If it launches, I need to have my computer. If it launches, I need to have my computer.
Yeah.
And I'm married now, but at the time I told Brenda that when it launches, I have to get on my computer no matter what we're doing, no matter where we are. And she's like, okay. And I communicated that to her, so she was ready for it. The day, of course, that it happens was one of the worst days she's had since I'd met her. And she's like, I need to go get a drink. I'm like, what? She doesn't even like to drink that much. So we're going, okay, let's go to the bar. Go to Red Bar. And right as we pull into the parking spot, I get the notification. Pulse Chain has officially launched. And I'm like, oh, shit. I need to do this. But she needs to do that. And she needs me, but I can't be there for her. Call my friend, one of our friends. Hey, can you come to the bar? I need you to entertain my wife. She had a bad day, and I need to do some work. So had a drink with my wife as I'm logging into the computer. And I had to use my phone as a hotspot because I'm not going to use the bar Wi-Fi or this random Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So
Man, imagine that. As soon as you log in to Pulse Chain for the first time, instant rug because somebody on the Wi-Fi like hacked your computer.
So I literally was running it off my phone's Wi-Fi. That's
That's awesome.
that's how it went. But it was good. I'm glad I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be part of the community. I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have known the plays that I wanted to make. I wouldn't have been doing swing trades that were lucrative before prices were actually attached to the coins. So we had the coins, they were there, but there was no prices attached to them. So we were just trading them, and they were just going huge swings, and you could make huge swings. And in our community, we were telling people, hey, these are the swings that you want to look at. These are the swings you want to look at with this coin. These are the swings you want to look at with these coins. And look, we don't recommend doing it with a large percentage of your bags, but a lot of people were able to increase their coins. And for me, I wouldn't have been successful or maybe even been here doing this podcast if I wasn't dialed in as much as I was back then.
Yeah.
So people say, do I regret it? Hell no, I don't regret it. It was a great decision. And still to this day, it's been a great decision.
Yep. If I could do it all over again, I think I probably would. I would
buy more at the lows and less.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I would change. I would just buy more at the lows. Is like buy less steaks out in town and drive to less places and eat less fast food, and instead it's like chicken and rice and fucking Hex on a discount, Pulse X on a discount. That's
I know, bro. I know in 2 years I'm gonna be like all those vacations I took, all those times that I went to Disney, all those times I went to Europe and Alaska.
Man.
It's like, but I also I'm not gonna really blame myself. I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, if I put that into the market. But you know what? I, again, might not be here with a good mental capacity to do what I do because I didn't have all those fun times. I might not have a wife if I didn't want to use the money to go and entertain. Not that she needed my money because she makes her own money, but like there's life that you have to live. And yes, it's good to make sacrifices, and I could have made more sacrifices. I didn't need to go to the bar as many times as I did, for example. But I don't know if I'd change those. I mean, I put so much money into crypto. I put so much money into Pulse Chain and into Hex, into the ecosystem that I don't know. I mean, more sure would be better, but I put a shit ton in, and I'm happy about what I put in. And sometimes it was a sacrifice. And I know people that sacrificed more to get more money in, but I think I did a good job, and I did balance sort of the life and the investment so that I could have a good life balance and a good investment balance. And again, it's like, you make the best decision you can at the time, and I'll tell you in 5 years if it was worth it.
I am quite pleased with like my actions overall, and I think that's a good way to measure it, Brendan. Is you check the 5 years after, and I'm looking back at where I was about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's like, wow, I have or not 4 or 5 years ago. I started crypto 4 or 5 years ago. Whenever I joined Hexco, day 1000, however long that's been. I have like more than
the
20...
day that you started. That's funny.
Well, I know that it was close to day 1000, so that's like the thing. I was like, oh, that's cool, a nice round number, and it was on the top of the Hex staking website.
So maybe 3 years. I think it's 2000 something. So I just ended a stake yesterday.
Wow.
I think it was 2000 something. So yeah, you've been in 1,000 days or almost 3 years.
Yeah. Holy smokes, that's nuts, man. But yeah, like ever since that point, I've over 27x'd the number of tokens in my bag, and I'm just like, oh, like the value of the tokens is way down from when I started, and way down from all my buys. Like it's some of the places at like that 12-cent top right before Pulse Chain launch, during what was it? When the testing or version 3 or version 4 of the testnet came out, and Hex was like, boom, fucking 12 cents, broski.
Yeah.
And then Pulse Chain launched, and it did other things that, it went in different directions. But like the number of coins that I had in the very beginning, or the number of tokens, coins or whatever, like to the number that I have now, it's like, bro, that's like a 27 to 30 of I'm pretty sure it's 27x, very close to that. But it's just it's freaking nuts, the amount of difference that a person can do during the bad times by just being like, well, I guess I like it, I suppose I'll buy more of the thing that I like at discount prices. So,
and we'll see what happens.
Yep, we shall see what happens. We'll do it again Mr. Just Live says I came in 5 days after SAC, somewhere around then. Hex literally the second thing I got after Ethereum. Absolutely,
Oh, wow.
broski. I used to be I personally used to be a Bitcoin maxi, so I held Bitcoin for a long time and like Ethereum, those Ethereum guys, and I literally only consumed Bitcoin campfire stories. That was all that I did. I was like one of those fucking Peter McCormick what Bitcoin did podcast. And I was like, this dude's kind of weird, but I like that he talks about Bitcoin, so whatever. And then like watched a single stream with Richard Hart, and I'm like, oh, that's the thing that's better. That's the better thing. So I'm out of this. Sold all the Bitcoin, turned it all into Hex, and went on my merry way. So good for you, broski, for Hex being the second thing right after Ethereum. Hex was, I suppose, my second thing right after Bitcoin. So that's freaking awesome, broski. I love it. And he says he was convinced because you all didn't seem like D-bags. Oh, excellent. Well,
Look, there are a lot of good people in the community. There are some D-bags, but I'm glad that the overall community, and maybe it's us, maybe we weren't the D-bags.
Yep.
I don't even know how long we've been streaming now for. What, two and a half years?
2.5, almost. I think we started in like our first. I remember our first Telegram call
2 years
was shortly after April Fool's Day, because I was going to sell my guns on April Fool's Day, and then I got told to go drive somewhere. And our first time of us all meeting up in Telegram and like hanging out before we started doing YouTube was right around April Fool's Day. So it's been like
2023.
2023. So it's been like 2.25
2
years,
years.
I suppose. So that's pretty sizable, broski. So it's been a good time.
We were born in the bear market.
Born in the bear market. Cute, convinced because y'all didn't seem like D-bags. We're all exactly what we. I think that everyone in the DGen roundtable is exactly the same in real life as they are on stream. There's no like personas. It's very very real, very very forward facing or something. Oh, he means the chain in general. We're total drags. Absolutely, broski. That's what we're looking to do. We're gonna drag
Wouldn't
you through the
disagree.
mud, and you're gonna have a smile on your face. The chain in general. Yep, that's a good point. Oh, Mr. Kenturian 54X, he thinks he got a Telegram invite around May or June of 2023. Yes, sir. You were with us from the very beginning.
Yep,
I
early
remember
on.
that. Yep. Shout out to Agent J. Agent J is the one that brought Kenturian in. Brendan, I think that you're the guy that brought me in.
Yeah,
in the very beginning. And
I
then,
think so. I started. There's a separate chat. We still have it. There's only
yeah,
we've whittled that chat down to like 15 people. It's maybe 20 people, maybe something like that now. But
that's a good one. It's a fun little chat.
Yeah, we haven't. It's been pretty quiet recently, which is fine. But so I started that chat to talk about memes and other types of plays that were maybe a little too degen for people that were just learning. And so
Yep.
we started to just make our own chat. And then we started to have our own internal Telegram calls, just to hold each other accountable and talk about other things about crypto and really just creating a small, tight-knit circle to hold each other accountable and grow. And that blossomed into, hey, if we're having these Telegram calls, why don't we just do this on stream? And if other people find the information valuable, then they can listen, since we're doing it anyway. And that's kind of how it started. So that's how that started. And then the rest is kind of history.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle and Ricky and some of the other folks that you guys don't see a lot of the folks here.
Billy.
Billy used to be on DRT back in the very, very beginning. I remember he was on
Malik.
quite a few lists. Malik, yep, Mr. Dartier. Yeah. Where's Russ? Is Russ in this list? I don't see him, I don't think. I remember Russ was in there.
Who was the person from England?
Farmer. Oh man, I don't recall.
I know there was another beginning.
There was a very active Twitch streamer guy with us. I think that was Russ or Rust or Riz or something. Anyways, he was pretty cool. And then we can't forget Farmer J was with us in that degenerate chat from the very beginning.
Early on.
Fucking love you, Farmer J. But yeah, bro. Oh man, Mr. Paul Sack says, "Always been a group of dick bags. Love you boys. Abso-fucking-lutely. We're nothing but a sack of dicks over here at the DGen round table. Bunch of assholes and degenerates and inconsiderate pricks. That's how we roll here over at the DGen round table. So if y'all don't like us, y'all can stay watching because you fucking love us. You know you do. You're here right now. I mean, listen to you. There's 63 of you guys out there watching us, 47 on Twitter, and 16 on YouTube. We love each and every single one of y'all. Y'all are freaking awesome. So
What's Twitter?
I
I've heard of that before.
what's Twitter? Oh yeah, x.com. I should clarify. X.com. Now there's something that you can do with .com domains that have X's in them. So folks have to be careful when they're thinking about things with X's and .coms and whatnot. But the main one is a chat place that used to be bird themed and whatnot. So y'all go hang out over there. And I agree with the sentiment, Brendan. I think it's time we start winding down for the night. Any of the things that you're looking forward to coming on later in the week, or anything that piques your curiosity. One of the I'll throw it to you and then I'll go with mine.
Yeah, so we do have a Fed meeting coming up here in the near future. It is it's actually next week, but in case you missed our Sunday show, it is July 29th and 30th. So we will see if they're going to hold or cut rates or raise rates. It's like 97% that they're going to hold. And I think they should cut. Come on, Jerome, cut. But yeah, so that's about all I got. Hopefully I'll be on the Sunday show. I should be there this week. There's going to be some other good topics that we're going to be talking about. There's been some good things this week. Other than that, find me in the chat. Find me in the X at anonymous_bean. And yeah, just looking forward to continuing this bull market. We have not even started the real uptrend for altcoins, in my personal opinion. So when that happens, we are going to melt some faces.
We're going to melt the faces right off. It's going to be a great time. These green candles are going to be so hot, you just won't know what to do with all this heat. We're going to be heating so much you'll get sick of heating. So there we go. You guys can find him right there. It puts his link in the chats. It's going to be a good time.
And I will say, I've been trying to use Liberty Swap.finance, which a lot of people have been using. And every time they post, it says that it works with Solana, but I can't get it to work with Solana. So I don't know. I don't see Solana supported, but I see them say it's supported. Don't know what's happening there. But shout out to Liberty Swap.finance because they've been doing some really great things for the Pulse Chain community.
Yes, indeed. I'd seen earlier they had posted that there's a video out there that shows how to onboard people into Pulse Chain in 5 minutes or less or something like that using Liberty Swap Finance. So go check out their page at Liberty Swap Finance or something like that on Twitter. And yeah, go check out their protocol. I hear that you can onboard from lots of places. Just send your USDC into Liberty Swap Finance, and then it gives you assets on Pulse Chain. And all of this happens through like privacy routing and ZKZY or ZKP2P or whatever the hell super secret processes there are that allows you to scramble money and not have there be any trace of where your stuff is. So you can use it for good. It's not just bad people.
It's very cool. And I've been reading their white paper actually. So I find that interesting. I might save it for another night because there's too much to get into, but maybe we'll talk about the white paper and some of the things that I haven't seen implemented yet, but things that sound like they're going to be coming, which are very interesting. There's some very interesting things on there.
Hell yeah. I like it. I look forward to it. Other things that we can look forward to is on the subject of streams going on. We've got book club this Friday. We are covering, man, I forgot the name of it, so I have to go and look. The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith. So that's the book that we're covering for book club on Friday, myself and Zenith, possibly others. We don't know for sure, but that is the book that we'll be talking about. So you guys can look forward to that. If you have never seen the DGen Roundtable before, if this is your first time hanging out, welcome. We fucking love you guys. We stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday from 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. ish or somewhere thereabouts. Sometimes we cut out early, but generally 2 hour streams. Wednesdays we talk to guests, or we talk to community members, or we talk to whoever the hell wants to come on. It's more of a relaxed and social setting. I get drunk. We get we drink tons of coffee, or we get jacked and juicy on some pre-workout. Who the hell knows? It's our just let it all hang out kind of day is our Wednesdays. On Friday we cover books. We do book club, and we're on 68 right now. So 68 book clubs. It's pretty crazy, man. About to come up on that 69 number, and it's going to be my
What
book.
are you gonna read for 69? I hope it's a hentai.
I haven't said it publicly yet, but it's going to be an interesting. I'll make the announcement on Friday when we are done with the Wealth of Nations. So we're going to be covering a fun book on the next Friday. Follow up our 69th book. And anyways, Wednesdays guests, Fridays book club, Sundays is we cover the news of what's been going on over the week, or just things that we think you guys really ought to know
Or
about
protocols or
macroeconomics.
things that you should know about. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Laws and all of that stuff. So thank you all for joining us. Y'all
Everything
are
that affects
fantastic.
the crypto market, essentially.
Yes. Anything that affects the world that we live in, and the things that we think that you guys should be paying attention, or just the things that we find interesting. So there you guys go. Now it is time for me to pull up my copywriting and end the show. Oh, actually, I should tell you guys where you can find me, I suppose. For those of you guys that want to go check out all my socials out there, you can find them all linked at will.pls.fyi. That is my domain name for Pulse Chain and stuff. So you guys can find my Twitter, my YouTube, my Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff linked off of there. And that's where you can find me. I'll be down in Florida next week, and it'll be a fun time. So I will see you soon, Mr. Brendan, and all the baby dolls in Florida. If y'all want to hang out, then we'll get something happening. All right. That
Looking
being
forward
said, I
to
want to
it.
thank you all for. Oh, what was that?
Looking forward to seeing you, broski.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. And on that note of things we're looking forward to, I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent Jay often says, we know that time is your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you spending it right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable. Mr. Producer, that's me. Go ahead and get your trigger finger ready, because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly. Oh, shoot. I missed my mouse. Ah! There we go.